Hey everyone, good evening. Happy Tuesday. This is Susan Campfield from SueStampfield.com, and I'm here to share with you an adorable little Valentine backpack made with some new dies from the Stampin' Up! January through June mini catalog. So super excited to share this one with you. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera here and you're going to see my ceiling for just a moment, and we'll get started with this project. Hold on. Ceiling, clip into my camera holder here. Hi Linda, hi Ann, how are you? Thanks for joining me tonight. So this is the project that we are making, super cute. So inside our little pocket, well, let's look at the back first. So we've got our little Happy Valentines on the back. We've got our straps with the cute little buckles here. And then inside the pocket, we have this cute little meerkat. It says "For You," and he's holding a little heart there. And then the backpack opens right here with a Velcro coin. And inside we've got some Ghirardelli Valentine chocolates. So I'm going to walk you through to make this project. As I'm pointing out the different things, I'm like, oh yeah, forgot to get that out, but that's okay. We'll get through it. Hey Tracy, hey Deb, hey Carol, thanks for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by doing some die cutting. So I'm going to use the All Dressed Up dies, which are item 151665. Now these are available as a bundle with the Dress to Impress stamp set, which is right here. So that's the die that cuts out the shoe, the die that it cuts out the lipstick, the die that it cuts out the perfume, and the flowers are in here. But the other die that's in here is an adorable packaging, and you can do it a couple different ways. This is the backpack version we're making today, but you can also do this as the gusseted sides can actually go out instead of in. And then you can make it a purse or a tote, and it's perfect size to fit 3x3 cards. So of course you also could have the sides out to make the tote and do the straps differently, and put candy in there as well. So you have options. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to start by doing some die cutting here. So I'm going to pull out my dies. And I just want the purse. Now you need to cut 2 of these, and then you also I want 2 straps. So I've already cut one out. Set those aside there. And I'm just going to cut the other one here. So I've got real red cardstock here, and if I lay it on this way, ooh, I'm not on camera. There, that's better. If I lay it on this way with the flat edge off to one side, I then have room for my strap. Let me tell you what size this is, because I don't remember. It's 6.5 by 5.5. And you also would have extra room here at the bottom to do to cut out the buttons, which also come in this set of dies. In fact, one thing I really like about it is that you get 2 small buttons and 2 large buttons. So if you want to do something like this backpack that I made, and do multiple buttons, you can cut them out at the same time. Hey Sarah, thanks for tuning in. And that way you can, speed up your processing a little bit. So the same with the buckles, only the buckles actually come with 2 buckles on one piece. So you can cut 4 buckles together, but it's just one die, so you don't have to worry about that small die disappearing. So like I said, I already cut some, so I'm not going to cut the buttons right now because I've already got them cut. But I'm going to go ahead and send this through. You're going to hear some cracking and popping, and that's totally normal. I'm also probably jiggling the heck out of my camera. Sorry. It's not an earthquake here. We don't have those in Minnesota. We just have a lot of snow. All right, here we go. So we've got our piece cut out. I'm just going to pop that out of the die. You can see that it not only scored on the score lines, it also added this cute little stitching all the way around. And then we also have our handle. This is going to be a backpack strap for this version of the purse, or the backpack, but if you're doing it as a purse, it would be your handle. Also has cute stitching all the way around. So let's just set that aside. And let's take a look at this. And as I said, I already cut out the other side of the backpack. And I already cut out, oh, I forgot to cut something, didn't I? Carol was at my class when we made this. She probably is going, oh, Susan, you forgot to cut out this piece right here. So this piece is going to form our flap on our backpack. Now in the set, that's the same piece that I used for the pocket. In my version, it did double duty. So there's also this die in the kit, or set of dies, I should say, that makes a great strap as well. So you've got options, right? It's you can pick and choose what you want. But I'm hoping, aha, put my fingers right on the paper I need. So let's go ahead and cut this out from this cute Valentine Designer Series paper. We're going to use the stripe side for that. Now I already cut out the pocket piece. I already stamped the little heart, and that's going to layer on this piece. Those come from the Heartfelt stamp set and matching punches, and that's a bundle that you can get together. So, back to my dies. Sorry, you probably can't hear me when I'm off camera like that. Back to my dies, and back to my die cutting machine here. And let's cut that flap for our backpack. And this one is kind of, you know, can be a pocket, it can be a flap. I had seen that another demonstrator had made it a flap, and I liked, it looked a little more like a backpack to me than the strap. The strap to me is more like a purse. The little, this little die to me is a little more of like a purse closure. Most of my backpacks have a bigger flap closure, so. All right. Hopefully now we've got everything cut. So I'm just going to pop that out. And let's put our piece together. So let me show you how this goes together. I'm going to walk you through this because I couldn't find much out there about how to put this together, and I had to kind of figure it out on my own. So I want to share that with you. So you're just going to fold on all of the score lines. This part is a tab that we're going to use to assemble. And then this one, it's a little tricky to, not tricky, but you just have to work it with your fingers to fold on those score lines because it forms kind of a Y. And that's going to be that gusseted side. Same on this piece. And here we go. Hey Linda, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Carol. I think they are adorable too. I'm gonna have so much fun with this die. You could do it, I mean, I'm doing Valentine's here, but I mean, seriously, you could do this for any holiday, any season. You know, even for Father's Day, you probably could do like a fishing bag or something. Those have a name, a creel, that's it, a creel. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt my light up a little bit more. So I put the tear and tape on, and I didn't want to get too close to the edge there because when I put my bag together, I don't want, if I don't get it quite lined up, I could have some exposed sticky stuff, and I don't want that, right? So I'm gonna pull off the backing here, and I purposely, when I put the tear and tape on, I extended it out past the edge. Do you see that? Because I didn't want any sticky on the front of my backpack. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that excess over. And then I'm just going to adhere the side that doesn't have a tab to it. And you're just lining up the corners. Very simple. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and do the same with this tab. I would do the same thing where I'm going to just extend it past the sort of the open edge, I guess I would call that. You know what? I totally need my take your pick tool because I just cannot function without this thing. There we go. Hey Gloria, hey Karen. So I'm just going to pulling up that backing. And again, you can see I've extended it over the edge, and I'm just going to fold that back. And now we're ready to go ahead and put that side together just like we did on the other one. When I do these lives, I'm kind of working through the camera, which isn't the best way for stamping and lining things up. So not 100% sure I got that on, but that's okay. All right, and I'm going to fold those little tabs in. I'm not going to even put any adhesive on them. I'm just going to put one piece of adhesive on the very bottom flap. Again, love my tear and tape adhesive. Anytime I'm putting a box together, that is my go-to. All right, so we got that down, and we're just going to pull that, get that started. Oh, come on. There you go. All right. So we're just going to close the bottom of our box. So this is where I was talking about those gusseted sides. So we're going to do a backpack, so we're going to fold those in. But if you wanted to do a little tote or a purse, easy peasy, you would just fold them out. And then instead of doing a backpack strap, you would take your strap and you would adhere it like this, like a handle on a purse, or you could do ribbon if you rather. But we're going to do the backpack version. So I'm going to pinch that back in. And there's the base to my little backpack. So next up, I'm going to attach my, it doesn't really matter, you can do either the flap next or the straps. So I'm going to go ahead and do the flap, and I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to curl that. I'm just rubbing the bone folder and dragging it, holding it onto with my thumb to get that little bit of a curl that's going to be my flap. So I'm going to take some tear and tape, and again I'm going to extend it over the end here and fold it back because I only want about half the width of tear and tape. I seriously cannot get this backing off tonight unless I use my tool. There we go. So you can see I've actually even done more than half, but when I fold it back, it's going to be about half. So I've got that sticky because I didn't want, you'll see here, this is a little bit short. So if I did the whole width of the tear and tape, I would have a hard time getting it to reach to my Velcro. Okay. So that's going to be our closure. Let's go ahead and do the straps. We're going to do those the same way. We're going to take that bone folder and get them curling. Let's do it on both. These are directional. There's a front side and a back side. You can see the pretty stitching on this side. If you flip it over, you really, oops, it's not focusing. Come on, camera, focus. You don't see the stitching hardly at all. So take a second before you put your tear and tape on to make sure that you've got front and back. So I'm actually going to put a little piece on the front here. A little piece. How big is that? It's not even quite 1/2 inch. Maybe it's 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, 3/8. Let's go with 3/8 of an inch. Doesn't really matter. So you're just going to put that on, and you're going to want to make sure that none of the adhesive sticks up over the box. So hold it on the front. I had to peel that back up because there was a little adhesive sticking out. Okay. And now this guy is going to attach flat to the box. So this piece is going to go actually on the back of the strap for the bottom. So for the top of the strap, it went on the front. For the bottom of the strap, it goes on the back. And you'll know when you go to put it on because that'll make sense. It'll be obvious. So just attach that right there. Now you could also use liquid glue for this, but I would be very careful that it dries enough and so it doesn't come up on you. Where's my other one? So again, we're going to do a little bit on the front. Right here. Peel that off. Trying to use my nails and not my tool. That was a mistake. Okay. And then you want to flip it over so that you can make sure none of that adhesive is sticking over the top. And then that goes flat here. And then next, let me show you the Velcro. And I think I probably got these Velcro online, probably from Amazon. So so you can see the little straps there on the back of our backpack. So we want to get this closed now. Hold on, I put the Velcro away. Forgot to get it out. So the Velcro coins that I had, this is just what I had on hand. They're 5/8 inch circles, and they actually worked pretty well for this project. So I actually just cut one in half, and it does have the both sides here. So when I peel off the backing, you've got both sides. And why I say it worked well is this little flap has kind of a half round, so the half round Velcro just perfectly fit right in there. And then again, both are stuck to the two Velcro pieces are connected there. And so now this other side is sticky, so I just closed my flap how I wanted it. And then, gave it a little smush that flat. So there we have our little attached flap. Okay, for our backpack. Now we're going to decorate it. That's the fun part, right? So we're going to add some straps. Now I actually cut buckles. Sorry, we already added the straps. We're going to add these little buckles. These are cut from the gold foil paper. And I actually already put some multi-purpose liquid glue. I have, right? Well, that one doesn't want to come out. This stuff, the green glue, it's also called because the cap is green, but it's the multi-purpose liquid glue. I put it on the back and I let it dry, because sometimes when I'm gluing something that's really delicate like this, I get too much glue, and then when I push it on, it oozes out. So I let it dry, and it's kind of like making your own glue dots because it dries very tacky. So it then just goes on super easy. So we've got our little straps there. We're going to go ahead and add this heart on. You know what? I'm just going to stick it on with tear and tape because I don't want it to fall off. And tear and tape is one thing that is really going to hold. So backing off of there. And then we'll work on that cute little pocket on the front and get our buttons on, and we'll be all done. So this just goes right in here. And then the heart, which is from the Heartfelt stamp set, I used dimensionals. Probably have some out on my desk here. I love dimensionals. Could not live without my dimensionals. Okay, well I could if I had to, but I wouldn't be very happy because I love the dimension they add to projects. So peel those backings off. And then, especially since I was layering white on white, because there's a white edge here, you can see how much depth that adds by just popping that up in dimensionals. So there's the back of our backpack all done. We're ready to do the front. And then, of course, you're going to put your candy inside, and you can wait and do that at the very end. It doesn't matter when you put it in. And let's go ahead and put our pocket on here. So the pocket is the same die as this one. And I had it cut out. Here it is. So we're going to put that on right here on the front. And I wanted to put something in my pocket. I wanted to have this little little meerkat here holding the heart inside of my pocket. So instead of using dimensionals, I actually stepped it up a little bit and I used the adhesive strips from our catalog. These are a little bit thicker, almost double thick from a dimensional. So that's what I used for the pocket. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to just put it as near to the edge as I can, because the closer I get it to the edge, the deeper my pocket is. And I'm just going to trim that off right there. And then I'm going to take that piece I trimmed off. I'm going to have that make the sides. Now this isn't like a shaker. There's nothing that's really going to fall out, so you don't have to have it edge to edge like I'm doing here. It's just kind of how my piece size worked out. You could leave a little gap there. It would not matter. Just enough to hold in the little piece that we're adding. So I've got one more little strip cut out here. I'm going to add that to the side, and and again, you want it as close to the edge as you can so that you've got the full width of your pocket. So now I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off of these. Just like that. And we're going to pop that right on the front of our backpack. Now I'm going to go down a little bit because I've got something that's going to be going in that pocket that I want it to have room to stand up. I think I got this a little close to the, I probably should have put the Velcro coin on the bag, on this part of the bag first before I put it on my, instead I put it on this, and then that way I got it a little bit too high, so I didn't want that exposed sticky, so I just moved it down a little bit. Anyway, so we've got that on there, and then we're going to just add our buttons. So here's my buttons right here, and I'm going to add what I did for this. You could use liquid glue. I actually took a glue dot and I just folded it in half and then folded it into a fourth to make a little glue blob. And the buttons are also have a front and a back, so make sure you're having the side that has the stitching on it on the front. So I'm just going to put my little smushed up glue dot ball that I made on the one side of the button and stick it on. And then this one will be the same story. Again, you could use liquid glue for this. Liquid glue and I don't always get along, hence my need to let it dry and not squeeze out on me. All right. There we have that. I'm still not happy with my Velcro because now I got it too low. I'm very happy that it's letting me pull it back up though without ripping everything. Thank you, Velcro. Thank you for being good. All right, that's better. Sorry, that was bugging me. Okay, so now we're ready to put something in our little pocket here. And that is our little meerkat. So this is from the Gangs All Mirror stamp set, which is adorable. This is actually a free stamp set right now. If you place a $50 order, this can be one of your free choices. So we're going to stamp it in the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm just going to stamp it right here on a piece of thick Whisper White. I'm going to color it really quickly. This is like super easy coloring. So I'm just using my Crumb Cake light and dark combo Stampin' Blends. And just super quickly color this little guy. Here we go. And then I'm going to go in and do a little bit of shading with the dark. So that was the light one. I'm going to go in, you can see in the stamp there was a little sort of fur marks. That's where I'm going to shadow, and then on any edge, this little chin there, this little hair, eyebrows. And I know it's kind of messy right now, but no worries. We're going to just blend that in with the light now. So when I rub the light one over the dark, that's going to blend out those harsh lines. Love coloring with these Stampin' Blend alcohol markers. They're addictive. All right. Went outside the lines, so I'm just going more outside the lines. Guess what? Now he's going to be standing on some dirt there. See, you can fix anything, right? We actually also have a color lifter where you can erase stuff, but I kind of like it that way. So, all right, there we've got our little mercat. And we're going to grab the punch. Oh gosh, why can I never remember the name of this punch? Can anyone help me out? Hey Karen, thanks for tuning in. You're not late. Oh my gosh, totally blanking out on the name of this punch. Timeless label punch, that's it, isn't it? Timeless label, yes. So, whoa, I shot it right at the camera. So we've got our little meerkat punched out. I left some space for the bow there. And then I'm actually gonna, so when you color with alcohol markers, it bleeds through the back. I don't want that to show. So I'm gonna punch out another one that is just gonna be a backer piece, and I'm just gonna tear it on the back of this, just to cover that up. It's just a little extra step to make your project finished. Okay, so I believe the For You came from the Heart to Heart stamp set. It did. Let's grab that out. It's right here. Because that one I forgot to get off my shelf. I completely forgot about the For You. Okay, so we're going to get that in there. All right, I think I got it straight. Sort of-ish. All right, we'll find out, right? Ink that up in the tuxedo black. And just add that right below the meerkat. There we go. And then I'm actually going to, I don't want him sticking out of the pocket too much, so I'm actually going to just trim off the end of my Timeless Label punch there. And I'll do the same with, oh darn it, I just smeared it. That's okay. Pretend you didn't see that. Where's my adhesive? Here it is. All right, so we're just going to stick that on here. And then I'm also going to trim this piece off. And now it'll fit better in the pocket. So you'll see just the head of the meerkat poking out of the pocket. And then we have a heart for him to hold. The heart actually came from the Dog Builder punch. But you could use a heart from a set of dies as well, as long as it's small. And we'll just pop that right into his little, little paws there. And then we're just going to add a piece of ribbon that was right here on my desk. It's disappeared. So I'm going to grab another one. Hold on. I'll find it as soon as I'm done. So I love this red shiny satin ribbon from the January to June mini catalog. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to just give that a little twist here. And then both the shiny sides will be on one side. So I'm just going to trim that. Attempt to trim it with my sticky scissors. May or may not work. Yeah, not too bad. And then I'm just going to pop that on with a glue dot. And then that just sticks right into the pocket there. So there is our cute little backpack using the all dressed up dies. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm so glad that you could join me. Again, you can use these for any project, but I love these little meerkats. They are really fun for Valentine's Day. So here's a card that I did with the meerkat. This particular one, which is this one popping out of the ground, fits perfectly in that heart punch right near the bottom. And then they're also super cute on the little heart tins. So thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.